Welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel, everyone. This is Rich making another video on XRP today. As usual, we're going to talk about XRP today, so I hope everyone is having a fantastic day wherever they are in the world. And I must begin by stating that, according to Brad Garlinghouse's audacious prediction for the future of international banking at the Apex this year, XRP may account for 14% of SWIFT volume in just 5 years. You don't have to wait 5 years for Ripple to take 14% of SWIFT's volume though. Over time, it will happen gradually. Additionally, the price of XRP will continue to rise as it happens. Additionally, it will occur before the 5-year mark. However, SWIFT used ISO 222 to confirm that it will use digital currencies from third parties. Smoke is the source of this. Listen to it. Frictionless payments not only improve the overall customer experience, but also make the community of SWIFT member banks more effective, reducing expensive exceptions and investigations so that we can more effectively compete with new competitors and closed-loop networks in terms of cost. Further options for our banks to offer value-added products and services to our clients are created by allowing member banks to take advantage of the global open network's rapid strength and more controlled payment orchestration capacity, which is supported by the rich structural data of ISO 2022. However, Tanya, I believe that the potential for integration with a range of networks, rails, and third parties by utilizing the rich ISO 2022 format and the transaction orchestration of the new platform is what most excites me and what I perceive to be the largest new opportunity for the industry in relation to Swift's new platform. Through a single central framework that offers transparency to manage that end-to-end experience, independent of settlement, in order to manage that interoperability, as well as the rules of engagement with these rails and networks. Thus, consider it this way. You have access to every Ripple rail available next to all of the quick rails. The Swift rails will also be used by XRP in addition to the Ripple rails. Rivals are prevented from creating similar blockchain software by Ripple's XRP ledger patent. It's recorded and there's no competition. There was never going to be an XRP killer because of this. Additionally, Swift will not introduce its own cryptocurrency in order to avoid clashing with Ripple and other networks. Once more, that is also documented. Swift has been predicting the future for years. They are aware that their system is out of date, and you are aware that yours is too. Swift doesn't seem to be interested in continuing to rule the world of cross-border payments. Rather, Swift appears to be switching to a different system where cryptocurrency like XRP and technology similar to RippleNet are being used. They have been telling you that Ripple will eventually take over all of Swift's business because of this. US Congressman William Timmons is breaking the news and calling for clarification. He has asked for every document pertaining to the SEC's uneven handling of ETH during the Biden and Gary Gensler administrations. XRP was sued while ETH received clarification. Congress is now curious as to why. It appears that they will finally uncover the truth about ETHgate, and that's precisely what took place. You see, XRP was already the second-ranked cryptocurrency prior to the lawsuit, and it will undoubtedly overtake Ethereum in this run. Yesterday at Apex, Brad Garlinghouse discussed XRP ledger meme coins. Listen to it. Never once have I bought a meme coin. All right, never. Perhaps now is the time. Do you have, Monica? The all the money XRP meme coin would be my choice if I were to purchase one. There you have it. Whoa, well, you must now. Your homework assignment is due. Apologies. The meme, eh? Therefore, I believe this to be okay. 25 individuals in the audience, I think, just went online. All the money is being purchased by them. Its unit. Let me enter first. I was joking. David Schwartz stated that the meme coins are not gambling. Therefore, I thought that was fantastic. And here's why. I found a lot of meme currencies on the XRP ledger to be interesting. In many instances, almost all of their liquidity exists as an AMM between the meme coin and XRP. This implies that if the price of XRP, say, increases by 5%, the price of the meme coin, also measured in dollars, will likewise automatically increase by 5%, since the AMM keeps the exchange rate between XRP and dollars constant. Naturally, the price of the meme currency may fluctuate without being influenced by the price of XRP. Furthermore, even if it doesn't cause profit taking in XRP, an increase in the price of XRP that also raises the price of the meme coin may cause profit taking in the meme currency. However, it still implies that if you own $50.00 worth of this kind, of meme coin, fluctuations in the price of XRP will be a factor in the meme coin's future value. You are essentially exposed to both the fluctuating value of XRP and the shifting supply and demand for the meme. That does not, however, imply that the meme coins on the XRP ledger are completely secure. At the end of the day, let's be honest, a meme coin is a meme coin. Brad also mentioned meme coins at the Apex, so I just wanted to let you know. The registration number for the official XRP trademark, which Ripple submitted in 2013, is 589, and there you have it. The code is XRP to $589.00, another 589 double. August 2nd is when 58.9% of the year occurs. The first day of trade for XRP was August 2, 2013 at a coin price of 0.00589. Right now, you can't even make this up. There are far too many coincidences for this to be a coincidence. I always thought this was going to happen. Eventually, we will see 589 for XRP. After that, we will exceed 589 and keep rising. The significance of Ripple's purchase of Hidden Road, Brad Garlinghouse said, at Apex 2025, he also brought up this point. Listen to it. One of the objectives of Ripple, in my opinion, is to be somewhat at the infrastructure layer, specifically in the Hidden Road acquisition. We attempt to consider the direction of the globe and place wagers that will be realized over many years. I've often talked about how patient this group has been during some of our most annoying arguments. However, maintaining the connections between traditional and decentralized finance is the true goal of the Hidden Path purchase. I don't think that the DeFi world will just develop and replace it. If you think that's how it will be, we must close that gap. Furthermore, Ripple has been assisting us with our payments company in closing the deficit for nearly 10 years. For me, Hidden Road stands for the idea that we need infrastructure to allow the biggest market makers and hedge funds in the world to join this ecosystem. One of the non-bank prime brokers with the quickest rate of growth is Hidden Road. Traditional commercial banks make up the majority of the players in the prime broker market. And because of the regulatory dynamic, those guys have been antagonistic towards cryptocurrency. That is somewhat changing, but I believe that Hidden Road is a subliminal, almost brazen nod to their hundreds of customers, names you may recognize, who are the biggest financial institutions in the world. Last year, they cleared $3 trillion, 0 cents. They're expanding rapidly. And to be honest, that will only get faster given Ripple's balance sheet. The XRP ecosystem will benefit greatly from that. For RLUSD, that is fantastic. And as I will continue to emphasize, Ripple is fully dedicated to doing everything in our power to make XRP the most reliable, practical, and liquid digital asset in the world. We'll always be dedicated to emerge. They never waver in their commitment to XRP. However, the rationale behind their purchase of Hidden Road, additionally, they plan to use their balance sheet to further fortify Hidden Road, which will eventually increase XRP's usefulness and value. It was a fantastic purchase. It was most likely one of the greatest moves Ripple could make in this area. Few people can now afford the luxury of owning more than 10,000 XRP. This article is a flex, like, hey, I'm holding over 10,000 XRP, which is why I detest it. Look at me. But let me tell you something. In the near future, owning more than 100 XRP will also be considered a luxury. Here's why. How many people do you know who currently own more than 100 Bitcoin? Most of you have probably seen all the people on X who are constantly discussing Bitcoin. You know what? Not a single Bitcoin is in the possession of those individuals. However, people are out there claiming that Bitcoin is the best thing that has ever occurred to the world. Now consider how quickly the price of XRP will increase, not just in the upcoming months. However, there will be a significant increase in the price of XRP over the course of the next 6 months to a year, based on the entire amount of value